Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. The 30. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 50. Easy. 57, come on. 57, come on. Hey, wahoo. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. All day, play.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Got it complete to Crabtree. And down inside the 15 he goes. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger has had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben.
77. Hey, exit.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Washington's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many times. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson underneath here to Hill. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Connor on 1st down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 24, Roethlisberger flush to his right. He'll run it, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Focus, defense, focus. Check, 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 check. 48 for Mike. Tighten up, tighten up. Now spin. Back, 50. Bravo.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Wormley able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Just like that.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen.
Jackson from the shotgun. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mike, 48. 8. Smooth. Let go, defense. Here we go. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we gonna Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. You better. Double. You better be afraid of me.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to launch it for Washington. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Alert. 48 to Mike. You must be true. Go. 48 Mike. 48 Mike.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Roberts has it. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 2nd down, it's Connor, and he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Middle.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, dude.
From the 41, Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll run here with Connor. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
And the Steelers first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Watch the safety creep. Jack 16. Alert, alert.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
230.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
40, 180. You get blocked, me. You get blocked, me. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 48. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 49. Check 49. Check 49. 44.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now, throwing again, sliding out of the pocket. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the second quarter in Detroit. Early lead in that one for the Packers. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And it's hauled in by Nick Vanan. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
48 Mike. Watch the slant. Hey, Haywood. 48, Mike, 48.
Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, a run with Connor, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. On 1st down, Connor going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Earl Thomas in on the stop. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Throwing on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Easy.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Take both of them.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Easy, easy. 57. Mike, 57. All day, baby. All day, all day, all day. 51.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's brought in by Washington. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Connor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it. Start. 180. 50 seconds to Mike. I want that. 7-7. Give me that ball.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move.
And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Easy. Double bump. Check 13. Check 13. Jim.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run. and just lost track, and it cost him.
Check 24, check 24. Say. Focus. Fresh now. These two. Check three. Mike, 48.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Check 48's the Mike. Heat these two.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
57, Mike, 57. I got you.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, open man is Hill. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson, flush to his right. Snead's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the 1st-round pick of 2014. The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth.
Not today.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Like 20. 57. Pick up the ball.
Again, it's Connor. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And looks like the Bengals starting to pull away in that one. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 27. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this